Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. I am so pumped to get into this one with you. We're going to take a real, hard look at something I think pretty much all of us have wrestled with at some point. Fitness. Or actually scratch that. More accurately, we're looking at that exhausting all-or-nothing fitness mindset that just leaves us feeling totally burnt out. Today, we are putting a stop to that cycle. We've dug into some absolutely incredible research, pulling from deep dive coaching interviews all the way to sports psychology to build you a holistic blueprint for lifelong health. We're talking real, sustainable habits here.
Okay, so here's our roadmap. We're going to cover why fitness resolutions fail, conquering your gym anxiety, setting smart fitness goals, building your workout plan, the power of recovery, and finally, mind, muscle, and mental health. Let's jump right in.
All right, Section 1, Why Fitness Resolutions Fail. It is time for a reality check about why those grand, sweeping January goals usually fall completely apart by, mid-February.
I want to kick things off with a pretty empathetic but incredibly hard-hitting question straight from the interviews conducted by the team at Scrawny to Brawny. Are you proud of your body and your life? They spent months interviewing people who were actively looking for coaching, and what they found was just fascinating. People didn't actually just want bigger muscles or a smaller waist. The core theme? They wanted to feel in control of their own lives. They wanted their bodies to be this strong, healthy anchor, the one single thing they could control when everything else in life, like career changes or breakups, felt completely up in the air.
And honestly, this hits the nail on the head as to why so many resolutions fail. We tend to focus entirely on superficial outcome goals. We tell ourselves we want to look like Ryan Gosling or Margot Robbie in the Barbie movie, right? But as our sources from Putnam Mill Fitness point out, if you aren't actually willing to give up the lifestyle of eating out all the time or binge watching Netflix every night, you're pretty much just guaranteeing disappointment. Sustainable fitness relies on identity goals. It's the difference between wanting to look good for a random 8-week class reunion versus deeply, intrinsically wanting to be a healthy parent with the lifelong mobility to actually play with your kids.
Moving on to Section 2, Conquering Your Gym Anxiety, Beating That Dreaded Gym-Timidation. Ever walked up to a gym, hand on the door handle, and just felt your heart start pounding? Well, I want to validate that for you right now. Gym-timidation is 100% real. According to Healthline, it's a super common form of situational anxiety. It gets triggered by the unknown. You're navigating weird locker rooms, you don't know how to adjust the machines, which sometimes look like alien spaceships, or you feel like everyone is just staring at you while you try to figure out a new routine. It is a completely normal reaction to a totally unfamiliar environment.
The good news? You literally do not need superhuman willpower to get past those doors. You just need to apply some concrete coping strategies from Healthline to build up your confidence. Take the unknown completely out of the equation. Look up the gym online before you go and plan exactly what exercises you're going to do so you aren't just wandering around. And hey, start slowly. You can go in, stretch for 15 minutes, and leave. Boom! Call it a total win. Bring a friend for support, and most importantly, you've got to reframe that negative self-talk. Instead of thinking everyone is judging me, remind yourself that people are generally focused on their own workouts. Seriously, they are mostly just staring at themselves in the mirror, not at you.
Okay, Section 3, Setting Smart Fitness Goals, a Framework for Success. Now, the absolute brilliance of the SMART method is how it stops you from trying to change way too much all at once. ASIT Nutrition highlights that we so often fall into this trap of making drastic changes, like suddenly working out 6 days a week and cutting out all sugar, which, let's be real, just leads straight to burnout. By making your goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, you are grounding your ambitions in actual reality.
Think about the difference here. I want to get healthy is, well, it's pretty vague, but saying, I will take a 30-minute walk after dinner on weekdays to improve stamina. That is a SMART goal. It tells you exactly what, when, and why. An average of just 20 to 30 minutes of walking 3 days a week is vastly more effective for your lifelong health than sweating through some grueling 90-minute workout once, feeling utterly defeated, and quitting forever. Consistency is always going to beat intensity.
All right, Section 4, Building Your Workout Plan. Let's talk functional strength.
So our sources in medical news today are huge advocates for functional strength training. Unlike traditional bodybuilding, which kind of just isolates single muscle groups purely for aesthetics, functional training is about real life. It uses exercises that engage multiple muscle groups and simulate everyday movements. The whole goal here is to make sure you can move freely, whether you're picking up heavy grocery bags, carrying a toddler, or just getting up from the couch without making a noise as you age.
And the best part? It's so accessible. You can build a ridiculously effective routine right in your living room with minimal to no equipment just by cycling through these 5 basic steps. A basic circuit of push-ups, squats, lunges, rows, and deadlifts targets your entire body. Do roughly 12 reps of each, rest for a minute, and repeat the circuit once or twice. It is a fantastic way to build that foundational, functional strength.
Now, if you're the kind of person who really thrives on structure, our Makolo Fitness Source lays out this incredible 4-day upper/lower split. This is honestly the perfect blueprint. It hits every major muscle group while balancing progressive overload, which is just a fancy way of saying gradually lifting slightly heavier weights over time with the absolute necessity of resting. You hit the upper body, then the lower body, take a well-deserved rest day, and then repeat.
Which brings us perfectly into Section 5, the power of recovery, using rest to rebuild.
This quote from Dr. Matthew Walker, provided by Vail Health, is an absolute reality check. Sleep is the greatest legal performance-enhancing drug that most people are probably neglecting. Wow. You can absolutely crush your workouts, lift heavier weights, push all your limits. But if you are shortchanging your sleep, you are quite literally leaving your gains on the table. Without sleep, your body simply cannot repair itself.
Because recovery, it's not just sitting around being lazy, it is an active lifestyle choice and the precise physiological moment where your muscles actually rebuild themselves stronger. Deep sleep releases essential growth hormones. Active recovery, like light walking or some gentle yoga, promotes blood flow without straining you. Getting enough protein rebuilds those muscle fibers, and managing your stress lowers cortisol, a hormone that, if it stays too high, can completely derail both your muscle repair and your immune system.
And finally, Section 6, Mind, Muscle, and Mental Health. Let's talk about psychological resilience.
This is the ultimate payoff of the whole journey. A fascinating piece from Psychology Today outlines how the discipline of the weight room translates directly to managing life's anxieties. Think about it. Discovering the immense power of taking a deep breath and exhaling to push through a heavy squat, that teaches you to use your breath to stay calm when you have to speak up under real-world pressure. Learning to take 60 to 90 seconds of productive rest between sets teaches you the value of actually pausing in your daily life instead of rushing frantically through your to-do list. And setting heavy weights down with proper form, that teaches you to end difficult chapters in your life with care and respect rather than just recklessly dropping them.
Which leads to this incredibly beautiful, powerful metaphor. The fundamental biology of strength training dictates that to build a strong muscle, it first has to be injured. Physical damage, micro tears in the muscle fibers, is strictly required for physical growth. There's no way around it. And the exact same is true for our emotional resilience. The hardest, most damaging moments we face are often the very catalysts for our deepest emotional strength.
So as we wrap up today's explainer, I really want you to chew on this question. If breaking down your physical muscles is the absolute biological only way to build strength, what is the resistance in your life building in your mind? The struggles you're facing right now, whether they're under a heavy barbell or just daunting challenges in your everyday life, they are not signs of failure. They are exactly the resistance you need to build a life and a body that you are truly proud of. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and hey, keep building that resilience.